spent a few hours this afternoon having a look at this Strigoceras mats. It's took quite a bit of cleaning this surface. I've been using the air abrasive mainly, and then with the fine pen I've been having to take the odd bit of shell off. The surface was actually covered, absolutely covered in small shells, worm tubes, but it's looking promising. I think I'm going to cut the mouth. I'm just going to cut a straight mouth border on this. The repairs, there's one here, larger one here, and then a bit of an infill here. What I'm going to do with them is I'm going to build them up with putty, but it's not looking too bad. So we've cut the mouth border. I've just cut back a little bit around the keel here and there. I've also ground undercut this repair area here. I've cut back on the edges ready for the putty and resin fill. So actually we've not really had a bad day. Using some resin putty to build up the bad areas. I've got this one left, but I need to let them two set a bit first. The keels can usually be a bit tricky. You might have to do the basic keel and build it up again with a little second coat here and there. So we'll let them go off, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this spare bit in here as a builder, so I'm not doing it all in one piece. When you get a large putty repair, you've got to work both sides. You work one side, the putty moves down. So if you can put something like that as a base coat before you start, it will give you support when you're working on each side. That's all it needs. And that will stop the putty moving when I put the repair in. Oh, there's that bit as well. I'll do that. We'll let them go off for a bit first, otherwise I'm going to be catching them, knocking it out, and having to go back and redo them. The resin putty I ordered hasn't actually come. I don't know what's happened to it. So what I'm using here is basically milliput. This is the fine, super fine white. I just couldn't wait no longer. I needed to get on with it, so milli put it is, then we'll have to add colour afterwards. Now this has started to go off, I'm just going to put a little bit of texture into that smooth surface. Basically what that is it's a texture stamp. I'm making myself, I cut a rubber base, little wooden, that's a bit of a pencil that I glued on for an handle. Then I put very thin super glue on the base of the rubber and then just dip it in some crushed powdered matrix, and that'll just gear that light texture in to the surface. Right, I'll mix some putty. Well, I think I'm pretty safe to put this in while they go off. I'm going to wet the area first because this is quite dry powdery rock. Water keeps it malleable, well the milli put anyway, most epoxies it will be. Just getting the excess off. Lost my brush. Loads of water, won't hurt anything. Start to shape the keel. Excuse me. As I say, you may have to go over your keel twice. Just build it up a little bit on the second pass. You can sand this up afterwards, which is usually the case, just to get it a bit nearer. Not bad. Just gonna wash that other filler. If you do it too perfect, it'll stand out like a sore thumb. If you look here, I'm a bit low down around here, but I'm not going to touch that. I'll leave that for a second fill. Smooth that off a bit. It's practically there. Oh, dropped your texture. Right, there we go. That should be fine. I'll finish the keels tomorrow and put that bit in. You can see where I've actually put some more textured lines in. If anybody's interested how I did that. Dog flea cone. I've finished putting the basic repair in. It may need a little bit of altering yet, I'm not sure. I'm sorry about the glare from the white. I've tried all sorts to avoid it, but unfortunately this camera just doesn't like filming white. Even with the lights all angled away, it still tends to glare a bit. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean the whole surface up again. I might just air a braid around here, get all this mess off that I've left. Then I'm going to put a coat of primer over this. It'll be quite a dark primer, because on this one I'm going to start dark and then wait to light when we put the colour on. See how that goes. So I'll be back in a little while. Right, well, I've air braided the shell. That's come up quite nice. So what I'll do, I'll just put a coat of primer over these grade primer now, so you can actually see what I'm doing till we get back to finishing them. The next job is to square the mouth border, drop this matrix a little bit, undercut the keel slightly, grind it all up, so we're back to the main ammonite and we can get on with the repairs. Quite a deep centre on that, lovely deep centre, and it's all there. Alright, this is just a primer I'm putting on for now. It'll help you see what I'm doing with without blinding you from the white. Right, that looks, we should probably see that a lot better now. For anybody that was wondering what this little attachment is at the end, it's what you call a texturing head. It's like a micro version of a descaler. There's a lot of tungsten points in there, and basically they scour up the surface to give this quite nice effect. Right, I think we're ready for a little bit of a colour, blend them repairs in. We're almost there. Starting to build the colour up around the repairs now. It's a mixture of grey, various shades of grey. There's some browns in there, some whites. It's not far off that bit. I haven't done this bit yet because I need to get another colour to blend this off-white in. Just put in the finishing touches. Two little adjustments. I think she's more or less done now, so I'll sort that out in the morning and call it a day, I think. Right, we'll just take it out in the daylight and have a quick look. You can always see better in natural light. Not too bad. Bit darker than I really wanted to go, but not bad at all.